It's a gloomy Saturday afternoon here in the Niagara Industrial Equipment Corporation Aris Arena in Caloocan City. This is the 21 and under Junior MPBL D League, and it's a matchup in the South Division between San Pedro Mamba and Palawan Yurich Builders. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Gino Esteban Lar, and with me, calling the action today is Coach Don Bautista of the UANP Dragons. This is the first game in our 21 and under division. Coach, we have some exciting action ready for us today.
Yes, and last week's opening was a blast, and today we are witnessing these two teams get their first victory of the season.
17 teams competing in the North and South Division of the Junior MPBL D League here. And Coach, for our first-time viewers of the Junior MPBL, let's go over some of the rules of the tournament format here in the 21 and under division.
Yes, in terms of our format, teams are divided into two divisions, North and South. We have a single round robin with each division, and the top 8 teams of each division will enter the quarterfinals. That's best of 3 series, and the top 4 teams of each division advances to their respective semifinals matches, which is a best of 3 series. And the top 2 teams of each division will vie for division championship, and division champions will contend for the national championships.
It's very gloomy outside here, Coach, and it's even colder here inside the arena. But the action is sure to be heated between Palawan and San Pedro. Both teams without a win here yet, Coach.
Yes, that is correct. And for Palawan Yurich Builders, they lost against the Quezon Huskers, and that's 69-61, with Paul Edward Ena leading the team with 10 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 2 blocks.
And on the San Pedro side of things, Coach, first game here in the MPBL, just like Palawan, no wins yet, but haven't competed yet. Should be a tall task here for Coach Chris Javier and his boys from San Pedro.
It might be a tall task. The good thing about it is they were probably able to scout the Yurich Builders, Palawan. So it's going to be a thrilling ball game for us today.
Expecting to see a lot of talent here, Coach. Both squads full of talent from Perpetual Help System Delta, both from Laguna, from Binyan, and from Las Piñas. What can we expect to see from the matchup of the Perps?
Yes, for Palawan Builders, they are composed of some players from the University of Perpetual Help Binyan. And these are Monmon Magsino, Echo Magpali, John Sandoval, Chloe Aguinaldo, and also former Batang Gilas player champ Arejola is included in the team.
And for the Palawan Yurich Builders, key performers from the last game, such as Kurt Velasquez and LeBron James Daet, were stopped very quickly by Quezon. And now we'll turn it over to our venue announcer, Danzel Santiago, for the introductions.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, Junior MPBL fans. Welcome to Niagara Industrial Court here in Caloocan City. This is your Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL D-League, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. The basketball action continues between the San Pedro Mamba and Palawan Yurich Builders. We are live on our official Facebook page and YouTube channel of Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. And now, it's time to meet the starters from your San Pedro Mamba. Guard number 2, Chloe Aguinaldo. Also guard number 12, Jamel Sabuso. Forward number 8, Echo Magpali. Also forward number 19, John Cesar Sandoval. Playing center number 15, Rashard Magsino. Head coach of San Pedro Mamba, Chris Javier, assisted by Bong Mazzelo, Paulo Ramirez, Alan Sabuso. Team manager, Alvin Lugo. Team owner, attorney Melvin Matsibag. Team consultant, Gilbert Malabanan. And now it's time to meet the starters from your Palawan Yurich Builders. Guard number 3, Lance Itura. Also guard number 11, Kurt Velasquez. Forward number 28, JD Pagulayan. Also forward number 34, Lebron Zaev. Playing center number 12, Kelsey Valsoria. Head coach of Palawan Yurich Builders, Joel Cleopas. Assisted by Gerald Dison, CJ Topasio. Team manager, Yohan Go. Team owner, Red Go.
Both teams just about ready to get underway here. Palawan starting Nitura, Velasquez, Pagulayan, Daep, and Baldoria. While San Pedro entering their first game in the MPBL will start with Aguinaldo, Tabuzo, Magpali, Sandoval, and Magsino will be the man in the middle. Both squads look just about ready to go under here. Ball is up, and it will go to Palawan. Here's Pagulayan for 3. First shot of the ball game, no good, but on that tip in, that's also no good. As San Pedro able to secure the rebound there. Setting things up here for San Pedro. Number 15, Magsino, kicks it to the left wing. He drives, back out to Magpali, drives right, right hand layup, blocked. But the offensive rebound is secured, and he steps out of bounds. That's a turnover.
Yes, Echo Magpali thought there was an opening there until he got intimidated there by Lebron Daep.
And Echo Magpali among the key players to watch here for San Pedro, who, as we mentioned, is entering their first game of the D-League. Here's LeBron Daep, kicks it to Pagulayan. He'll think about it, gives it back to the middle. Here's Kurt Velasquez. He hesitates, kicks it back out. Here's a 3 at the top of the key. That is no good. And Pagulayan comes up with the offensive rebound, and that's good for the first bucket of this ball game for Palawan.
Great aggressiveness there from the part of JD Pagulayan, getting that offensive rebound and easy bucket.
Ooh, and a turnover here for San Pedro. First of the ball game for the squad. Magpali among the players. Coach Bong mentioned to me earlier to be one of the ones to focus on for this San Pedro squad, who is up against a formidable opponent in Palawan, comprised of mostly perpetual juniors NCAA players. Coach Don.
Yes, for Palawan, this is a school-based team. As you mentioned, the majority of the players are coming from Perpetual. And for dito sa San Pedro, well, it's going to be a tough task for them. But at the same time, like we mentioned nga earlier, most likely nakapag-scouting na sila based on the previous game of Palawan. So, chemistry, tingnan natin kung maitutuloy-tuloy dito ng Palawan.
And a coach, speaking of NCAA experience, this San Pedro team may not be as formidable in that regard as the Palawan team, but their head coach, Chris Javier, may have something to say about that.
Oh yes, I definitely agree. So you can imagine the kind of training that these guys get from Coach Chris Javier, having played for San Beda Red Cubs and the UE Red Warriors, and in the PBA.
As we see LeBron James Daep with his first bucket of this ball game, puts Palawan up 4 with 7.5 left to go in this first. Here's Magsino. He's looking. He kicks it to the left wing. Here's number 12, Kelsey Baldoria. Back to the middle is Magpali. Looks for the handoff, but it's faked there. Here's Tabuzo for 3. That's good at the buzzer. Tabuzo puts San Pedro on the board.
Yes.
Ooh, and an offensive foul is called here. That's a turnover once again for San Pedro.
Well, it was a turnover there from Palawan. It was a great execution from San Pedro. No? Makikita natin dun sa sequence na yon, they really tried to execute their half-court offense.
And because they were able to execute it so well, they were able to get a 3 as Magsino drives strong. That layup unable to fall. Palawan's running. Here comes Kurt Velasquez. He's swarmed by the defenders. He kicks it to the middle. Mutura with the ball. Daep once again down low. Gets the 2 points for San Pedro, for Palawan.
Great pick and roll action there from Palawan, giving that open lane for Lebron Daet.
Magsino once again. Here's Tabuzo. Pulls up from the right. That is no good, but the offensive rebound is secured by San Pedro, and the putback is up and in. It is now a 1-point game for San Pedro, falling behind.
And those types of shots are the ones that San Pedro can bank on, especially nung sa sequence na nailabas nila si Lebron Daet to challenge that outside shot.
As Lance Nitura gets that right-hand layup on the left side to fall. And what a tough move from Lance Nitura there. Aguinaldo kicks it to Magsino. Hands it off to Magpali almost, but he instead hands it over to Tabuzo. Kicks it back out. Here's Sandoval in the middle. But that's a turnover there for San Pedro. Kurt Velasquez is running. Velasquez, layup is no good. Ball secured once again by San Pedro. Here's Tabuzo. He drives left, kicks it back out. He thinks about it, but he'll set up once again. Sandoval with the hard screen there. He's faking. He passes it back to him. That's a left-handed jumper and no good. And that's a turnover on the side of San Pedro once again.
Makikita natin dito, Gino, no? So San Pedro is really, patient in terms of executing their half-court offense. They're finding, their open guys. It's just that, they're not being able to make their shots yet at this point.
And as we see here, the first substitution for Palawan is Luis Rosales coming off the bench. As Nitura kicks it to Daep, who drives and draws the foul there. 2 free throws awarded to him. LeBron James Daep in the last game had 9 points and 7 rebounds, coach. A big man in the middle. He's a long, formidable wing that San Pedro should look out for.
Yes, 6'7" when you have like him on the team, and he's just not just a traditional center. He has the athleticism, no? Nakaka-drive, nakaka-go hard to the basket, and he's really making a name for himself. Coming off of mythical award selection sa NCAA, and also a defensive player of the season.
As we see here, Palawan already deploying a full court press, looking to startle this San Pedro squad. As Magsino kicks it to the wing. And he gets it back. Tries to pass it down low, but that's a turnover once again. Nitura running, kicks it to the corner. That's a miss there, but the offensive rebound is secured. And the putback is up and in. Palawan up 12-5 with 4 minutes and change left in this first quarter.
Like the aggressiveness there from the part of Luis Rosales with that offensive rebound and easy two.
As another turnover is caused there, Palawan is running and Kurt Velasquez will pick up another bucket. San Pedro will have to find some answers here as we take this quick nature spring timeout. As we see here, Palawan causing turnovers and wreaking havoc, running their way to this 9-point lead. We'll be right back after this nature spring timeout.
It's the battle of the Altas, one from Perpetual Binyan and the other one from Perpetual Las Piñas. Well, talking about ito muna ang Palawan Yurich Builders last game, they fell short. And doon nga sa mga preseason tournaments sinasalihan nila, ito yung very first time that they fell short or they lost. So that was a great wake-up call for them not to be complacent as for the assistant coaches. Meanwhile naman, para nga dito sa Team San Pedro, less than a month pa lang sila na magkakasama. So, the challenge will be kung paano talaga sila mag-gel on this game. That's all for now. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much for your insights there, Daphne. San Pedro does have a formidable task ahead of them, facing their perpetual rivals from Las Piñas. As Aguinaldo gets that 3 to go. Score is 14-7 with 3.5 minutes left in this first quarter. Tabuan gets it in the middle, kicks it back to Velasquez. Kurt is looking, finds the man in the middle for 3. That is no good from the top of the key. Aguinaldo secures, and he's running. Pinoy stepping and missing there. Back again come Palawan. They are pushing, but it's turned over once again. Tabuzo comes up with it, but he will set for the white shirts. Aguinaldo kicks it to the corner. His man drives, faking, spinning. That jumper is no good, but they once again secured the offensive rebound and the putback there. And one there for Sandoval.
San Pedro there failing to box out John Sandoval. As we take a look at that replay, when he got that offensive rebound and that easy putback.
And that was a pound-for-pound foul counted and 1 for number 19, John Sandoval of the San Pedro team here in the D-League. And with that, the score is 14-10. With 2 and 50 minutes left here in the first quarter. Coach Chris Javier looking mighty confident, even if this is just his team's first game here in the Junior MPBL, as that strong drive is no good on the side of Palawan. And that's another turnover for Palawan here. Ball goes back to San Pedro.
Palawan was a bit sloppy there in that transition as they tried to make up for it with that deflection.
Staying aggressive here is the Palawan squad employing the full court press. And they will begin on the sidelines. Coach, in the last game of Palawan against the Quezon Huskers, they actually shot 5 of 21 from 3. Coming into this game against a squad like San Pedro with not as much experience, what can we expect to see as the adjustments here coming off of that last matchup for Palawan?
Well, I believe that Palawan would focus more on their execution, the sets that they have been practicing, and not just focus on the outside shots, especially when as of this point, well, prior to this game rather, they didn't have any idea yet of the style of play etong San Pedro. So if you're Coach Geoff Cleopas, you want your boys to execute on both ends and stay aggressive.
And for the Chris Javier-led squad of San Pedro, haven't seen him yet, but Batanggila's former player, Champ Areola, is also part of this white shirt squad here in San Pedro.
And that's going to be big for them, especially when, they've only been together for a month. No? So kailangan nila ng someone na magdadala sa team nila.
As TJ Tabuan gets those 2 points to go on that easy left-hand layup. Across the half court, Maxino. It's off his leg, but they call San Pedro ball.
Palawan really giving San Pedro a hard time to cross the ball to their court, forcing that out of bounds.
Has to be expected with an experienced team like Palawan here. Maxino gets it in the middle. He loses it once again. Here comes Palawan. They're running. And that fast break layup is good by Janro Luna. The press seems to be bothersome for this San Pedro squad as Palawan gets another easy layup from TJ Tabuan on that assist. And a foul is called here, away from the ball. Score is 20-10 in favor of Palawan. 41 seconds left here in the first quarter of our first 21 and under matchup of the Junior MPBL D-League here in Niagara Industrial in Caloocan City. The referee's trying to take control of the action here, having the boys calm down. And there's an unsportsmanlike call here for Palawan on Janro Luna. Janro Luna will sit for 3 minutes here, Coach. That might be crucial for them.
Yes, and we have to see what exactly happened there, no. But maybe the referee thought that the contact was excessive for them to call that unsportsmanlike foul. Um, sending etong si John Roluna to the bench for 3 minutes.
As you mentioned, Coach, in the Junior MPBL 21 under division, when called for an unsportsmanlike foul, the player will sit for 3 minutes, as you mentioned here. As Alvarez will be at the line for 2 free throws plus ball possession back to San Pedro. Let's see what happened here on the replay. What would have been the cause for the unsportsmanlike foul? As Alvarez sinks his first from the line. And Troy Alvarez sinks both. San Pedro only down 8 with 41 seconds left in the first quarter. And ball possession once again with them. And they'll be setting up here at half court.
14 seconds on the shot clock.
Score is once again 20-12 in favor of Palawan. However, given the unsportsmanlike foul and free throws, 14 seconds left on the shot clock. Takes it to the middle. Here's Esperado. Kicks it to the left wing. He drives. Another turnover for San Pedro. Palawan with no one ahead of them. As Jan Roluna gets 2 points to go.
Great active hands there from TJ Tabuan that led to that easy basket from Jan Roluna.
Ooh, almost another turnover there. 12 seconds left in the first quarter. San Pedro looking to find an answer to this magnificent run made by Palawan. There's 5 left on the clock. Esperado kicks it to the middle. Almost a turnover, and that will do it for the end of this first quarter. Score is 22-12 in favor of Palawan. Let's check out some highlights from this first quarter. LeBron James Diep playing with a lot of confidence here, Coach.
Yes, LeBron James Diep with already 6 points. And not just his points, no, na mapapansin natin dito na kung saan siya nagiging productive, but the activity on the court. The hustle sa mga closeouts, sa mga interceptions, sa mga pasa, that would usually lead to fast break points for them.
Once again, the score is 22-12 in favor of the Palawan Yurich Builders here in the 21 and under division of the Junior MPBL D-League. We'll be right back after this break.
Red Dynasty Seafood and Hot Pot Restaurant, Winford Resort and Casino, Manila.
Points in the paint.
Dahil sa fast break yan.
Puro fast break
Pag-usapan
kasi.
natin yung turnovers.
Not to mention, syempre, obviously, rebounded sila. Because they've been forcing turnovers.
Well, welcome back to the Niagara Industrial Equipment Corporation Eris Arena here in Caloocan City. Score is 22-12 in favor of Palawan over San Pedro. And Coach Don Bautista with me. Coach, unforced errors, the story of the first quarter here for San Pedro.
Yes, that is correct. Palawan forcing San Pedro to commit turnovers as San Pedro already has 7 turnovers, which resulted to 20 points in the paint. And dun sa 20 points in the paint na yun, fast break points of 8 yung nanggaling.
6 of the 7 turnovers coming off of steals here by Palawan, mostly due to the full court press that they were deploying. As the second quarter is underway here, looking for a man in the middle. It is Esparago who drives strong, but that layup is no good. Palawan able to secure the rebound, and 2 more points on the fast break layup here by Jandro Luna.
Saktong-sakto yung pasa na yun, no? So, ganun kabilis yung transition netong Palawan, no? And we mentioned early yung chemistry. Yun yung nagdadala sa kanila sa ball game na to so far.
As Abis kicks it over to Enriquez. Back to Abis it goes. Enriquez takes the jumper, and that's good! Jello Enriquez on the board for San Pedro. Ooh, Euro stepping but missing there is Renzo Zanoria of Palawan. San Pedro looking to answer. Down low is Esparago who goes up. He loses it. Secured once again. He drives. Right hand layup is good off that pass fake there for Rodel Abis.
So sa San Pedro, yung patience nila, no, yun din yung nakakatulong sa kanila so far in this ball game. Nakita natin doon, though, there were 3 San Pedro players with the presence of Lebron Daep. Medyo nailang sila, but they had to be patient with their offense at that time.
3 missed there by Luis Rosales. But down low it goes to TJ Tabuan, picking up 2 points once again for the Palawan squad. Score is 26-16. 8 minutes and change left in this second quarter. Esparago gets it at the top of the key. Kicks it to the right wing. For 3 is no good. Tabuan able to secure the board there. 26-16 is our score with 8 minutes left in the second quarter. Tabuan kicks it back out to Zanoria. Gets a pick from Daep. Daep's rolling. Will he lob it up? He will, but he'll miss that chance. Alvarez wide open on this fast break layup is good for 2. San Pedro only down 8 now with 7 minutes and 47 left to go in this second quarter.
That's the kind of opportunity that San Pedro need to capitalize on. Fast break points, no? So, para mas magkaroon sila ng mas mataas na chance makascore. It was almost another turnover for Palawan.
San Pedro, despite their lack of experience here, Coach Don finding answers to the attack of this Palawan squad, mostly made of their rivals from Perpetual as well.
Yes, that is correct. We can see here that they're sticking to their game plan. Di lang talaga pumapasok as we take a look at that defense there from number 10 of San Pedro, that's Jello Enriquez, and anticipating that pass.
Excellent anticipation there on the lob as we see here a platoon substitution for both squads. Both Palawan and San Pedro bringing in completely new lineups after this dead ball.
Fresh legs kagad, no? So, makikita natin yung plano dito na gusto rin tumakbo ng San Pedro talaga.
Calangan sets up for 3. It's no good. Defensive rebound secured there by San Pedro. Aguinaldo bringing it up. Kicks it to the corner. Back out to Magpali. Here's Aguinaldo with the mid-range jumper, and that is good.
Great pass there, no? So nakita natin there was already an open shot, pero there was an extra pass, and that's what coaches would always love from players.
Batalier kicks it to Pagulayan. Pagulayan over to the wing. Here's Calyangan to the middle. That's a 3 there, and it's no good. Tabuzo will push. Almost lost it there is Magsino. Puts it up. That's no good. Ball secured there by Palawan. They are running. And they have numbers. Where will he go? To the right corner it does. That's a mid-range jumper there. And that is good from number 9, Felix Jim Corpus of Palawan.
One dribble pull-up to get that basket.
Almost another turnover there. And we're seeing Palawan deploy the full court press here. Coach Don, Coach Bong mentioned to me coming into this game, the boys weren't as engaged on defense for their first game against Quezon, but clearly it's helping them a lot right now. As we turn it over to our courtside reporter, Daphne, who has some insights for us. Take it away, Daphne.
As what I've mentioned, they've been together for just less than a month, but the San Pedro Mambas are certain that they are on the right track. For assistant coach Paulo Ramirez, cliché as it may sound, pero malayo na rin yung nararating nila so far. Composed of 12 out of 14 homegrown players, this league will be an avenue for them to showcase the talents of San Pedro. Gino and Coach Don.
Thank you so much, Daphne. As we see Corpus making the bucket there, and a blocking foul is called, and the ball will stay with the white shirts.
Yes, so 12 out of 14 players are homegrown, no? So ito yung developmental na nabibigay ng liga natin dito, especially when their coaches are giving them, exposure and confidence.
12 out of 14, as you and Daphne mentioned, Coach Don. On the other side of things, Palawan with 3 homegrown talents in the form of John Lester Batalier, John Emmanuel Benitez, and Neil Guillermo for the black shirts. Full court press being deployed once again. Murillo is stuck in the phone booth. Almost turned over there, and it is yet another turnover forced by the stifling defense of Palawan, as Corpus gets that Euro stepping floater to go.
That was a great move. There was a little bit of delay, no? Which eluded the defender for that easy two.
Magpali will set. In the right wing, there's a 3, and that is no good there from Jericho Cristino. Apologies, that's Calvin Murillo of San Pedro. Caloocan will set. In the middle is Pagulayan. Gets it back on that give and go. He will pivot. Back out to the wing. Swings it to Caloocan for 3. And that is no good. But the ball once again secured by Palawan. And off that offensive rebound, there's a missed 3. San Pedro looking to run. Almost trapped in the corner there. And a pushing foul is called by the referee.
It has become automatic for Palawan to trap, no? Whether make or miss, tumatrap talaga sila, making it difficult for San Pedro na imaitawid yung bola.
For this inbound, they will set up in the backcourt. Aguinaldo gets the screen. He's looking for an open man. Kicks it to Sandoval. He will go right and back left. Drop pass to the man down low. But that is blocked by IC Caloocan of Palawan. Ball will stay with San Pedro.
So na-sandwich doon, no, from IC Caloocan and Jericho Cristino to make it difficult in that action.
And a timeout is called here as we see the highlights from earlier in the second quarter. That beautiful bank shot by Corpus. We'll be right back after this Nature Spring timeout. Both squads coming in after this Nature Spring timeout. Score is 32-22 in favor of Palawan. 3 minutes and 36 left in this second quarter. Coach, the lead still maintained at 10 points. Considering that the end of the first quarter, we saw a 22-12 lead for Palawan. What has San Pedro done in the second quarter to stay steady with this Palawan squad?
Yes, for San Pedro, they have been consistent with their aggressiveness, no? Especially on defense. Though sa offense, hindi lang talaga sila makakonvert. Though in terms of going back to what I mentioned earlier sa defense, yung pa rin sige pa rin sila. Hindi sila bumibitaw as we have, dito sa quarter na to, tag 10 points bawat team. So walang gusto magpatalo.
The Palawan squad also maintained to deploy the full court press throughout the second quarter. What has San Pedro done to answer back and force less turnovers on their side?
Yes, for San Pedro naman, no, well, so eto dito sa Palawan, they just keep on executing. Pero sa San Pedro, makikita mo yung gelling din nila in terms of executing their half-court set. Kailangan lang talagang pumasok.
As Kurt Velasquez misses the three, but it's secured once again by Batalier. There's a turnover there by Palawan. He's pushing. That's a missed layup. But there's a foul call. That's a turnover off of that offensive foul by John Emmanuel Benitez.
Medyo nahuli doon, no, si John Mark Renala. May kaunting tulak. Mga simpleng gulang na nakita ng ating mga referees.
Pagulayan kicks it to Velasquez. Back to the middle it goes. Batalier takes it to get the screen, but it's rejected. Batalier will drive. Kicks it down low, but that's a turnover on the drop pass. They're pushing and they get that layup to go on the fast break.
Napakagandang pasahan naman noon between Echo Magpali and Chloe Aguinaldo for that easy two right there.
Despite the 1 month of preparation, the chemistry is showing here, Coach. As Pagulayan kicks it to Caloocan. Velasquez will fire from the left wing, and that three is good for Kurt Velasquez. There's a foul called here as it's given to John Lester Batalier of the Palawan squad. Score is 35-24 in favor of the Palawan Yurich Builders. 2 minutes left here in the second quarter. Aguinaldo looking for an open man. He does. Gets it back in the right wing. Rejects the screen from Sandoval. But drops it down to him with that mid-range jumper. That's good from John Sandoval of San Pedro.
Yes, great action there. So very patient sila sa kanilang offense. All they need to do is make those shots. But things just keep getting better dito para sa San Pedro.
Ooh, another costly turnover there for Palawan. San Pedro is answering back off of that fast break layup by Echo Magpali.
San Pedro there forcing that 7th turnover from Palawan. So they just, need to stay in this ball game kung ano yung pressure na ginagawa nila sa depensa, right? And yung communication nila, sabi mo nga, 'di ba? Yung chemistry nila as a team despite, the lack of preparation, no? Medyo kinulang pa so far. Pero makikita mo sa court yung amoy ng mga players andun eh.
As a foul is called there on Murillo, that is the third of San Pedro. And the Palawan Yurich Builders will call another timeout here. 35-28 is our score with 53 seconds left in the second quarter as we see this fast break layup coming from Echo Magpali off of that 7th turnover by the Palawan Yurich Builders. We'll be back after this Nature Spring timeout. Back to the ball game we go. This is the 21 and under D-League of Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. The score is 35-28 with 53 seconds left in this second quarter. Lead favors Palawan.
San Pedro winning this quarter so far, 16-13. And nakukuha nila yan by forcing Palawan to commit turnovers.
14 seconds on the shot clock. Let's see how Palawan will respond. Cristino hands it off. Gives it back to Caloocan, who gets the screen there on the left. Steps back. Kurt Velasquez will hesitate, jab, and he'll be called for a traveling there. Kurt Velasquez with a sorry turnover for Palawan.
Great close out there from the part of Troy Alvarez. making Palawan commit that turnover.
And this San Pedro squad just won't go away against the school-based team in Palawan, regularly competing in the NCAA Juniors. Setting it up, here's Alvarez, who kicks it back to Sandoval, who misses there. Palawan is still running. Kurt Velasquez kicks it to the corner. That's a three, and that is no good, but the offensive rebound secured there by Baldoria. And the layup is good for Kurt Velasquez on that beautiful drop pass.
Great timing there from Kelsey Baldoria to get that offensive rebound and that put back.
As Magpali kicks it to the right wing, Aguinaldo lines one up for three, and that's good. Louis Aguinaldo with a big three there. Timeout is called here by Palawan. Score is 37-31 now in favor of Palawan.
As we take a look at that three-point shot there by Chloe Aguinaldo. Nasa rhythm and that is already their second three-point basket of the ball game.
And that'll do it for the first half. Score is 37-31 in favor of the Palawan Yurich Builders. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Six-point lead para sa Palawan Yurich Builders at kasama ko ngayon ang team consultant ng Palawan. We have here Mr. Mark Mariano. Good afternoon, Coach. Salamat po sa oras na ma-interview kayo. Coach, in the previous game ng Palawan, medyo nagkulang po sila or nakuha po nila ang kanilang unang pagkatalo. What's that something, Coach, na natutunan nila na by this time around po mareresolba na po nila?
Yeah. Talo nga sila nung last game namin. Pero after the game, dun sa huddle namin, kumbaga naging parang panggising yun sa kanila eh. Kasi some of the players are coming from the 18U as well. And alam po natin na wala silang talo doon. Kaya parang kahit papano, blessing in disguise na nagkaroon sila ng lesson doon na natalo sila na huwag masyadong maging sobrang kumpiyansa at kailangan mag-focus sa game. At nakita ko naman sa mga bata ngayon bumawi sila from their previous errors. So mas less yung turnovers nila sa ngayon.
And I guess, Coach, yung ganong defeat po, that really humbled etong Palawan Yurich Builders. Coach, meron po ba yung gustong pasalamatan or batiin po ngayon?
Shout out, Boss Redgo, na nandyan sa Palawan. Alam ko, nanonood ka ngayon. At God bless. Thank you sa pagsuporta sa mga bata. Tsaka yung mga tropa ko sa Pampanga, yung family ko, binabati ko kayo. Thank you po.
Thank you so much, Sir Mark, and good luck po sa team ninyo. Huwag kayong aalis dahil magbabalik pa ang Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL D-League.
Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL
would like to thank Dorite Bola ng Pinoy, the first Pinoy basketball brand, Don Benitos, ang pambansang cassava, Nature Spring, #1 bottled water in the Philippines, Pound for Pound Fitness, Be Liga Ready, Jinky Skin, empowering women by redefining beauty, Pound Active, for quality sportswear.
Red Dynasty, offering comfort Chinese food and overall 5-star experience. Winford Resort and Casino Manila, a luxury integrated resort.
Wing Bowl, it's like coming home. Chris Jacob Collection, for affordable but quality daily perfumes.
Welcome back, everybody, to the halftime of the Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL D-League. First game here as we see the halftime highlights between Palawan and San Pedro. San Pedro had a lot of turnovers in the first quarter, but responded here in the second quarter, haven't they, Coach?
Yes, that is correct, and they had to tighten up their defense in the second quarter, forcing eto namang Palawan to commit turnovers.
Halftime stats being shown on your screen here. Score is 37-31 in favor of the Palawan Yurich Builders. Coach, the rebounding battle has been quite the story for Palawan versus San Pedro Mamba.
Yes, there's a significant difference here, no? 22 against 12 para dito sa Palawan. And for the other department, field goal percentage, halos pantay lang, malapit, 48-44 in favor of Palawan. Etong assist, lamang ang Palawan, 11-8. In terms of turnovers naman, isa lang yung lamang ng San Pedro dito, but it's really Palawan being able to capitalize on the turnovers that they're able to force para galing naman dito sa San Pedro.
And the halftime buzzer sounds. Both squads ready to get back into this ball game. Third quarter just about ready to get underway as both teams receiving final instruction from their coaches. Once again, this is the under-21 division of Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL D-League. Checking in for the third quarter, this is Gino Estebanlar. With me is Coach Don Bautista. And this has been an exciting and heated matchup between Palawan and San Pedro so far. The battle of the perps, as they say, Coach Don.
Yes, that is correct. Mainit na battle between these two teams, no? Despite, the current temperature here in Niagara Gym. Malamig kasi dito. So, pero dito, pagdating sa ball game, eto mga batang to, walang nalalamig eh. Diba? In terms of their activities on the court, up and down, fast breaks, forcing turnovers, their drives to the basket, lahat warmed up.
Tama nga yun, Coach. Can't have cold blood here in such a heated matchup between two formidable squads such as these. Third quarter ready to get underway as Nitura gets it in the middle, kicks it, gets it back. Here's Nitura. As for the screen from Cristino, he rejects, kicks it to the corner for three. That's good by Louis Rosales.
Louis Rosales making that three-point shot, which is already his fifth point of the ball game.
Palawan up 40-31 off of that first three-pointer to kick off our second quarter. His driving here is Magpali, who kicks it back out. Sandoval back over to Magpali, who runs out of time. That is a shot clock violation for the white shirts.
Shot clock awareness was lacking in that sequence. No, that's primarily due to the pressure defense being applied by Palawan.
And Chris Javier, Coach Chris Javier, giving instruction to his team to swing the ball to the other side when they're being trapped. As Kurt Velasquez finds a man down low, but it's kicked back out to the corner for another three, and that's no good. Ball is taken back by Sandoval and San Pedro. As that pass is turned over, LeBron James dive with the fast break layup there. Puts Palawan up 11. San Pedro will set once again. Magsino behind the back he goes. Aguinaldo pops it for three. That's short off the backboard. And the ball will be turned over to Palawan.
Again, another great defense from Palawan, making it difficult for San Pedro to execute their half-court offense.
Some substitutions being made here as we see Ray Allen Esparago entering this ball game. Coach, ang dami nating talent ngayon, no? May Ray Allen na tayo. Kanina may LeBron James. A lot of talent being shown here from both squads, jokes aside.
Star-studded, no?
And Kurt Velasquez, off of that killer crossover, misses that floater. Back again comes San Pedro, pushing his Abis. Over to Hibuena. Kicking over to left wing. Back to Abis it goes. He has a man on him. He'll find the man in the corner who is looking as Tabuzo gets it back at the left wing of that cross court. And with that nifty layup, gets it to go. San Pedro only down 9 now.
Just when I thought San Pedro wasn't going anywhere in that sequence, John Tabuzo was able to find that opening and make that two-point shot.
Cristino being hounded. Kiss it to Daep. Rosales will pop it from the top of the key, and that's good. Louis Rosales with yet another 3 here in the third quarter.
Grabing kumpiyansa naman yun from Louis Rosales, and not to mention the confidence from Lebron Daep making that pass to him.
Substitution once again made as Tabuzo will check out for Troy Alvarez. Alvarez gets it in the middle, kicks it to Enriquez. Jello is looking. He crosses it over. That's turned over. Cristino with the steal. Stops and makes that layup with the hesitation.
Active hands from Jericho Cristino leading to that two-point basket there for the fast break.
And don't look now. Palawan is now once again back up 14. But San Pedro answers back with JC Hilbuena on that layup. Cristino gets it in the middle and pops. That 3 is short. San Pedro secures the defensive rebound. Setting it up is Troy Alvarez, who kicks it to Abis. Abis will read. What will he do? He has a man on him. He drives. Tries to drop pass to Esparago, but it's turned over. Cristino once again pushing. Nitura kicks it to Rosales with another 3 from the left wing. Puts Palawan up 15.
Again, points from turnovers. With Palawan capitalizing it with that three-point shot.
And that is his third three-pointer of this third quarter, coach. And Enriquez draws the foul and gets 2 free throws for his efforts. Jericho Cristino is called for the foul there, number 20 for Palawan. And heading to the line for San Pedro is Jello Enriquez as we turn it over to our courtside reporter Daphne, who has some words for us.
Head coach Chris Javier was very precise on the first few movements they have to execute. In spite the team utilizing down screens, he wants positioning to also take place so that the clog will not happen at mas magkaroon pa nga sila ng options pagdating sa opensa. He also gave the white shirts the liberty to be creative in the rhythm. That's all for now. Back to you, Gino and Coach Don.
Thank you very much, Daphne. Score is 50-36 with 5 minutes and 20 left in the third quarter. Palawan up 14. Lance Nitura gets the screen. Kurt Velasquez will get it. Kicks it to the corner for Rosales. Looking for his 4th three-pointer but doesn't get it. But he does get the steal there as Louis Rosales spins. Kicks it to the middle. Lance Nitura misses on that layup. But Kurt Velasquez secures the offensive rebound. Louis Rosales once again for 3, and he's hot. In this freezing cold gym is Louis Rosales. Palawan up 17.
Louis Rosales with his 14-point has been hitting his shots in this ball game.
Magsino kicks it back out. Setting up is Troy Alvarez, who finds John Sandoval in the middle. He can't seem to cross it over against Daep, but Daep loses it also. Alvarez will set. Troy kicks it to Sandoval in the middle, who drops it off, but they get the foul.
Great challenge there from Troy Alvarez, pero sumabit dun sa drive ni Icy Calangan, sending him to the free throw line.
That was JC Hilbuena drawing the foul there for San Pedro. He has 2 shots at the line, looking to cut the lead down to 15, but he can't on that first free throw. San Pedro coming into this third quarter with a smaller lead from Palawan, but Palawan able to extend the lead even further in this third quarter. Coach, what has been going right for the team?
Well, for Palawan, they just keep on pounding it, right? Inside, and now their outside shots are falling. But it's their pressure defense, no? Very aggressive sila. Disiplinado sa depensa ang ginagawa nila para against dito sa San Pedro. And as we, witness that basket again from Lebron Daep. So dito sa Palawan, talagang sige lang, no? Hindi tumitigil in terms of applying pressure defense para dito sa San Pedro.
Pressure defense is right, Coach, as we see another turnover forced here by the Palawan squad. Coach Bong and the black shirts came into this game with the mindset of having defense be their main priority, Coach.
Yes, and they also mentioned earlier, during our halftime, na their loss in the first game is a blessing in disguise, no? Yung talo na yun para matuto sila coming into this game.
And San Pedro misses on that fast break as Nitura is pushing. JD Pagulayan on the three. Can't get it to fall, but there's a foul called. Can never foul the jump shooter, Coach Don.
Yes, and not a good close out there from JC Gilbuena. Fouling that shot, which gives Pagulayan 3 free throws.
3 crucial free throws here for JD Pagulayan, looking to put his team up 20. First is no good. And Coach, coming into this ball game, Palawan didn't have the best shooting night from deep against Quezon. Who do you think was key in getting those numbers up in this ball game against San Pedro?
Well, the usual, consistent performers, we have Lebron Daep, we have Nitura, So in that game, Kurt Velasquez, and so far in this ball game, we have Rosales, Daep, and Kurt Velasquez pa rin. It is Rosales stepping up in this ball game.
Usual suspects on display here for Palawan. Let's see how San Pedro will answer back as the three is corked and popped for Magpali for San Pedro, putting them down only 15 with 2 minutes and 49 left in the second quarter.
Echo Magpali getting much needed space there to make that 3-point line. And na-mention nga ni Daphne kanina, ang kailangan talaga dito ng, as we take a look at that replay, where Magpali made that 3-point shot. So, kailangan talaga nila dito proper spacing kasi nakapag-execute naman sila eh. Kailangan lang talaga nila magkaroon ng rhythm and opening for their shots.
And LeBron James Diab responds to that three-pointer with an easy 2 down low. Tabuzo from the left corner. 3 is good from Tabuzo. San Pedro down 15 as that was a 2-pointer. He was stepping on the line. DJ Tabuan kicks it to Pagulayan. He's hounded by 2 defenders. Kicks it to the left wing. Driving is Nitura, who loses it, and that's a turnover by Palawan. Ball goes back to San Pedro.
Great anticipation there from Chloe Aguinaldo. With that stop, yun yung kailangan nila dito, stops para maidikit maibaba yung kalamangan to a single digit. And just keep executing their half-court set. And once again, find enough space para mas maging komportable sila sa kanilang mga shot selection.
Score is 57-42 in favor of Palawan. 1.5 minutes left in this third quarter. Sandoval gets it. Kicks it to Aguinaldo. Chloe will give it up to Tabuzo, who finds Sandoval in the middle. That mid-range jumper is no good. And the ball secured by LeBron James Diab.
They got the shot, that's one of the shots na kailangan din nila, it did not go in.
Tabuan kicks it to Diab. LeBron is looking for an open man. And that's turned over. Butterfingers there for Renzo Zanoria of Palawan. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, score is 57-42 in favor of Palawan. 53 seconds left in this third quarter. Aguinaldo pops for 3. Chloe is no good. But the white shirt's able to secure the offensive rebound. Coach Joff trying to will his team on defense. As you see the spin move there, and the drop pass as Sandoval gets the 2 points to go. That's good defense there by Sandoval, causing that missed layup. And San Pedro is running once again. Drop pass down low. That's no good. Magsino kicks it back out to Magpali, who misses that mid-ranger, but Magsino gets it back once again. Lefty layup is good. Monmon Magsino with a power move there.
Monmon Magsino there, no? Sabi niya, ako na lang magbabasket dito. Palitan lang sila ng offensive rebounds. Pero he deciding to make that shot for San Pedro.
And just like that, this is the end of the third quarter. Score is 57-46 in favor of Palawan. San Pedro just won't go away. As we take a look at these third quarter highlights, both squads getting out and running. Louis Rosales, one of his three-pointers in the third quarter. He is hot today, Coach.
Yes, Louis Rosales with already 14 points in this ball game.
Once again, the score is 57-46 in favor of Palawan at the end of the third quarter. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Junior MPBL would like to thank the following sponsors. Doride, Bola ng Pinoy, the official ball of Junior MPBL Z-League. Pound for pound, Biliga Red Sea. Nature Spring, #1 bottled water in the Philippines. Don Benitos, Pambansang Kasava. Jinkis Kid, empowering women by redefining beauty. Pound Active, for quality sportswear. Red Dynasty, seafood and hot pot restaurant. Whitford Resort and Casino, Manila.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, once again to the Niagara Industrial Equipment Corporation Aris Arena in Caloocan City. This is the 21 and under Junior MPBL D-League of Manny Pacquiao, sponsored by Red Dynasty Seafood and Hot Pot Restaurant and Winford Resort and Casino, Manila. Score is 57-46 in favor of Palawan, up by as much as 17, but San Pedro able to cut it down to only 11 at the end of the third quarter, Coach Don.
Yes, that is correct. So etong San Pedro, they just, nandito pa rin sila sa ball game na to dahil sa kanilang defense and dahil sa kanilang half-court execution. Ang nabanggit nga natin kanina, they just need enough space para mas maging komportable sila sa kanilang shot selection, and para naman dito sa Palawan, finally their outside shots are going in after not being able to make any in the first half.
The over-reliance was the main factor that hurt them in their last game against Quezon. They're still relying a lot on their three-point shot in this ball game, Coach. 19 attempts from Palawan. What have they done to mitigate this over-reliance on the three-pointer today?
Well, 5 out of 19 medyo marami pa rin, no? Kaya lang kasi whenever they get stops, nakakatakbo sila, just like this 2-point basket here.
That puts Palawan up 13, 9 minutes and 42 left in this fourth quarter. Setting it up, Eko Magpali, kicks it to Sandoval. Back to Tabuzo, and a foul is called there. First of the fourth quarter for Palawan. That is JD Pagulayan's first foul there, as number 3, John Mark Renala, checks back in once again for San Pedro. 14 seconds on the shot clock here. Aguinaldo gets it on the inbound. Screen set by Sandoval. Chloe is looking, gives it back to Magpali. He drives. Renala fakes, floats it up. That is short, and the ball will go back to Palawan.
Yes, great defense there from Palawan, stopping that attempt from number 3, John Mark Renala.
DJ Tabuan finds number 9, Corpus in the corner. DJ gets it back, kicks it down low to LeBron James. Diet soaring through the skies there on that drop pass down low.
Yes, Gino, good setup there from TJ Tabuan. going to LeBron James dive for that easy layup.
Aguinaldo being swarmed by his defenders. Manages to shake them off. John Sandoval pops from the mid-range. That is short. And Renala on that offensive rebound gets the putback to fall.
Great blackout no from John Mark Renala to get that offensive rebound and 2-point shot.
Zanoria giving his teammates his instructions. Finds Corpus in the left wing. Gets it back from him. Gets the screen in the middle. Euro steps in the middle. In the corner is Pagulayan for 3. That's good.
Kitang-kita natin dito, Gino, no, yung chemistry ng Palawan to set up JD Pagulayan for that 3-point shot.
And JD Pagulayan with extreme confidence on that last 3. As Aguinaldo drives, fakes. Chloe will float it up. That is no good. But San Pedro able to secure that offensive rebound. And off that tip, the ball stays with them.
Yes, that was a little force from the part of Chloe Aguinaldo, having 3 defenders in front of him. And I'm sure he's gonna be able to lead, at least this team for a good comeback to cut the lead.
And back in the ball game comes numbers 12, 13, and 14 for Palawan. That is Kelsey Baldoria, IC Calyangan, and the hot hand from the third quarter, Louis Rosales. Calyangan kicks it to Pagulayan on that fast break layup. That is no good. And Diet cleans it up on the putback.
Great defense sana from the part of San Pedro. But when you have LeBron Daep trailing the play, mahirap dun eh. Especially when you have a 6'7" guy na kailangan mong bantayan, even in transition.
Off that putback from Aguinaldo, San Pedro only down 16 now with 7 minutes and 20 left in the fourth quarter. Baldoria gets it. Gives it to Pagulayan. He will read his man. There's 2 on him. He kicks it to Daep. LeBron gets it back in the middle and down low gets the layup to go on the left side.
Great execution again from Palawan. Simula sa stack play, ni-reverse and opened up LeBron Daep for that layup.
Coach Chris Javier wants to talk shop with his boys. As we see some highlights here, LeBron James Daep on that easy layup coming off the give and go. We'll be right back after this Nature Spring timeout. Seven minutes and change remaining in this ball game. Palawan up 68-50 in the 21 and under division of Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL D-League. Off of that LeBron James Daep layup, San Pedro will set up in the backcourt. Ooh, costly turnover there as an offensive foul is called on San Pedro. That is Echo Magpali's second.
Warning for technical on number 13, Louis Rosales for faking a foul.
Louis Rosales called for a warning there for faking a foul. But nonetheless, able to cause that turnover, and the ball will go back to his team.
14 seconds on the shot clock.
LeBron loses it there, and San Pedro is pushing. How will they respond? Down 18 as they turn it over once again. Calyangan is pushing, finds LeBron Daep down low, and he gets that reverse layup to go.
Great no-look pass there from IC Calyangan passing it to LeBron James Daep for that layup. And yung sinasabi natin kanina, yung chemistry, right? Not to mention the aggressiveness sa depensa nila, which is really helping them as JD Pagulayan hit that 3-point shot.
Pagulayan with that 3-pointer from the corner puts Palawan up 23. This is the largest lead of the ball game with 6 minutes and 15 seconds left. Caloocan will set for the black shirts. Baldoria kicks it back to Pagulayan, who just made a 3. Dive down low to Baldoria for that easy layup. Palawan now up 25.
Great execution there from Palawan, no? So ito yung ginagawa nila kanina pa, no? Nire-reverse nila. Pagdating dun sa kabila, it creates an open lane para sa easy 2.
Foul is called there on JD Pagulayan, who picks up his second. Now coach for a team like San Pedro, first game in the Junior MPBL D-League. They find themselves down 25 against quite the formidable opponent in the Palawan Yurich Builders. What must be going through the minds both as of the coaches and of the players?
Well, siguro ngayon at this point sa players, no, ito yung nakuha mo na yung experience, so, yung exposure. And to be fair with San Pedro, nakakapag-execute sila ng half-court offense sila in the first half. It's just that napansin ko medyo parang may konting fatigue na, no? So ito yung nararamdaman na nila how challenging it is to play in this kind of setting.
And Palawan, off of a disappointing loss to the Quezon Huskers in that last game, answering back quite forcefully here against San Pedro.
Yes, a bit of an issue there sa help defense ng San Pedro. When you're going up against a 6'7" guy like Lebron Daep, na napaka-athletic, napaka-agile yung motor skills niya, kailangan talaga communication in terms of help defense.
You mentioned 6'7", LeBron James Daep. Kids playing basketball now in the Philippines getting much longer than they would have probably even a decade ago, no, Coach Don?
Grabe, no? Ano kayang mga vitamins, mga supplements, or anong pagkain yung meron lately, no? Ang haba talaga ng mga players natin ngayon. Nung araw, 5'10", 5'11", sentro ka na eh. And now, point guard, no? And now, looking at LeBron James Daep, 6'7", not the traditional center, but he's a guy who can also play wing.
Sign of the times here, Coach. San Pedro with 5 minutes left to respond. Let's see how they do it. As John Sandoval gets that right-hand layup to go.
Great escape there from John Sandoval for that 2 points.
Caloocan off the crossover, kicks it to the corner. That is a 3, and that is a make for Louis Rosales, once again firing from long range.
Oh, ang ganda ng setup doon para kay Rosales, no? In that spray action, no? Yung rhythm, no? Nakukuha na talaga ng Palawan. I mean, nasa kanila na talaga yung rhythm, and makikita mo rin yung composure nila as a team.
And Coach, you mentioned that spray action. For our casual viewers there, what made that spray action more effective in getting them those 3 points?
Maganda nun yung ability mo to drive going to the basket and make your defenders think that you are really going for the drive. And then once you see an open teammate, then you let the ball go and let your teammate make that shot.
And that has worked wonders for this Palawan squad throughout this ball game. Louis Rosales being the main beneficiary of it already with 17 points. Mostly coming off of the 3.
Yes, that's correct. He is already the second leading scorer of the team. Right, 17 points. Ito namang si LeBron James Daep with 22 points. And they're also getting the contributions that they need from the rest of the guys.
San Pedro down 27 with 4 minutes and 18. Score is 80-53 in favor of the Palawan Yurich Builders. This is the biggest lead that they've had so far. Baldoria drives, misses the layup, but it's cleaned up by Jan Roluna. San Pedro with a leak out there, but it's another turnover for them as Palawan is pushing courtesy of Kurt Velasquez. Back out it goes. That's a 3 and a miss, but Kurt Velasquez secures it once again, crossing over, losing it, and the ball will be turned over back to San Pedro.
Despite that turnover there from Palawan, we could see that they are already playing loose, no, in this ball game, no. Yung comfortability na sa nangyayari sa mga action sa floor. Hindi na sila stiff katulad ng first quarter kanina.
Coach Chris Javier observing his boys, trying to will them on as Aguinaldo lines one up from 3. That is no good, but on the offensive rebound, Eko Magpali gets 2 points
Palawan
on the board for his squad.
failing to block out Eko Magpali there in that sequence, leading to that 2-point shot.
And Palawan rushing things once again. There is another turnover. San Pedro will set up at the baseline. And Palawan, despite having a 27-point lead, deploying the full court press. No mercy here from the black shirts coach.
Oh naman, no. So kahit, even if you're leading this big, you still want to execute your game plan, whether it's both, whether it's offense or defense. Siyempre, ang importansya ng mga ganitong klaseng ball game, yung building habits para sa mga players, especially when they came from a loss last week.
You talk about the Palawan Yurich builders building good habits at the end of this game, seeing as they're up and still deploying the full court press. What should Coach Chris Javier aim to do now with 25-point deficit and 2 minutes and 48 left in this ball game?
For San Pedro naman, Chris Javier's team, ang gusto lang naman niya dito talaga at this point of the ball game is makapag-execute at lumaban, no? Maibaba ng konti yung kalamangan in preparation naman din for their next game.
At the line here is Eko Magpali, who has produced quite a bit for his squad today, 11 points. Rebound secured there by Palawan. Score is 82-57 in favor of the Palawan Yurich builders. 2 minutes and 40 left as there is a foul called on that layup attempt by Kelsey Baldoria. Substitution once again for San Pedro. In comes Ray Allen Esparago. Baldoria with an opportunity to put his squad once again back up 27. Makes the first. Now, Coach Chris Javier is a familiar name to most basketball fans in the Philippines, having played both at the amateur and professional ranks. This is his first foray into coaching, Coach Don. But a timeout is first called here by San Pedro. We'll be right back after this Nature Spring timeout. Score is 85-57 in favor of Palawan. 2 minutes and 24 left here in this fourth quarter. Before that last timeout, Coach, I was mentioning that Coach Chris Javier, despite being relatively new to the coaching scene, is a name that most would be familiar with, as he has played in both the amateur and professional ranks, Coach.
Yes, well, even if he's starting his coaching career, no, it's evident na napakarami ng kanyang naituturo at maituturo to these young guys, no, having played for San Pedro Red Cubs, Red Warriors, and in the PBA. So, yung experience niya, yung mga natutunan niya doon, and mga addition na nanggaling sa kanya mismo, napakaraming contribution yung madadala niya dito para sa mga kids from San Pedro.
Indeed, San Pedro is very fortunate to have someone as experienced at the helm in the form of Coach Chris Javier. Score is 89-57. That is a 32-point lead for Palawan with 1 minute and 35 left in this fourth quarter. John Mark Renala will be sent to the line off of that shooting foul.
For San Pedro, no, makikita natin yung height disparity, no, pero etong sistema nila, no, they're always trying to execute kung anong sistema yung tinuturo sa kanila ni Coach Chris Javier, lumalaban yung mga bata. And that's what's really important in this ball game para sa kanila.
Important to maintain that mindset no matter how big or small the lead is, Coach Don. But with only a minute and change left in this fourth quarter, Palawan looks to have sealed away this ball game for good. As Renala makes that second free throw.
Yes, and para naman dito sa Palawan, even if they're up so big, it's a 31-point lead, no? Gusto pa rin nilang mag-execute ng kanilang half-court set.
A foul is called there, and it is of the offensive variety. Ball will go back to San Pedro with a chance to cut the lead down below 30 with a minute and 17 left in this ball game.
A little excessive there for Jandro Luna dun sa contact na yun, no? Which led to that turnover.
Missing the double clutch there is number 10 for San Pedro, Jello Enriquez. But he'll get the 2 free throws after that foul by number 12, Kelsey Baldoria. Palawan answering back really in the best way that they possibly can, coming off of a disappointing loss against the Quezon Huskers in that last matchup, Coach.
Oh yes, that is correct. And in this ball game, no, na-minimize na naman talaga nila yung turnovers nila. And yung defensive intensity all throughout the ball game, yung talaga yung nagdala para sa kanila.
Defensive intensity is right, Coach. Even until the final buzzer, even with a 30-point lead, still deploying the full court press. Off of that give and go, beautiful layup there from Janro Luna of the Palawan Yurich Builders.
No let up pa rin dito para sa Palawan, no? So yung mga sets nila, as we saw in that last sequence, talagang binibigyan pa rin nila ng importansya in preparation for their next ball game.
And Murillo with that unforced error there. 29 seconds left in this ball game. Palawan up 32 to San Pedro Mamba. Score is 91-59. Palawan should look to dribble the clock out here. That's Kalyangan. Palawan still executing their play here, Coach. Ooh, but a hard foul from Renala. Blocking is the call on John Mark Renala. But they are not in the penalty, so Palawan will inbound from the baseline. 9.4 remaining in this ball game. Score is 91-59. They secure the offensive rebound once again. And Kurt Velasquez will dribble it out. And that is the end of this ball game. Final score is 91-59 in favor of the Palawan Yurich Builders. This is their first win, Coach, in Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL D-League Under-21 division.
Yes, Palawan dominating this ball game, no? And yung mga first half, first 3 quarters, medyo dikit po eh. 10-point lead, 11-point lead. But in the fourth quarter, no, binuhos na nila dito sa quarter na to and never looked back to get this victory against San Pedro.
Binuhos nga lahat, Coach. Even until the final buzzer, deploying that full court press, causing turnovers, and more importantly, securing the defensive rebound, as was their priority in this ball game. And coming up next, a battle between the Marikina Shoemasters and the Novaliches Playmakers, 2 p.m. on the Junior MPBL live stream. For the first game, this has been Gino Estebanlar with the esteemed coach Don Bautista. That was our first matchup in the 21 and under division of Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL D-League. And we'll see some of the game highlights here. And we'll be back for our second 21 and under game at 2 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube live stream.
sa gustong gawin, isang pangarap
Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL.
Would like to thank Dorite Bola ng Pinoy, the first Pinoy basketball brand, Don Benitos, ang pambansang cassava, Nature Spring, #1 bottled water in the Philippines, pound for pound fitness, Be Ligaretti, Jinky Skin, empowering women by redefining beauty, Pound Active, for quality sportswear.
Red Dynasty, offering comfort Chinese food and overall 5-star experience. Winford Resort and Casino Manila, a luxury integrated resort.
Wing Bowl, it's like coming home. Chris Jacob Collection, for affordable but quality daily perfumes,